In this video today, what I'm going to be going over is my backup strategy that I've used for years now. I'm just changing things back. I'm going retro a little bit, and I'm throwing a old hard drive, a spinny hard drive, into things just so I have different technologies, different companies that I'm using, because this whole thing with SanDisk and their extreme SSD drives, it just has blown all confidence in them. I don't know if I have a good one. I don't know if I have a bad one. I've never had to worry about my hard drive medium to either save, not save, freeze up. So I'm, that's what this video is all about. But this series, I should say. This particular video is just to kind of go over how I do backups. And so I have, and this is all custom to you. Take what I have, some ideas, and then use it on your own. So I have what I call the working files SSD, and it's all the files that I use daily, monthly, whatever, are on an external hard drive so that I can access them from my Mac Studio. I can access them from my 16-inch Mac, my MacBook Air. I can take it with me and I have all the files and I don't have to worry about, oh, did I put them in the cloud and where are they? And so I have them all here. Some people will go to the cloud. That's great. I don't like it. I don't know what I don't know. And if there's any type of hack or if someone breaks into my account for some reason, then my cloud is vulnerable. So I keep everything local. You can do what you want to do. So my main working files are on an SSD. They are on my main files are contained on an SSD. They used to be the SanDisk SSD, but I'm going to go through. These are the videos that I've put together. My main one is the Western Digital WD Black. 2 terabyte. You can do whatever you want, whatever size works for you. I've decided my secondary drive is going to be the Samsung SSD. My hard drive, my spinny hard drive, is going to be the Seagate Ultra 5 terabyte. And I've just thrown, like, I replace all my cables every time I really need something for speed, reliability. I don't want to have all these extra long cables that I either travel with or on my desktop. So I just buy cables and replace what comes with. So my main working files SSD is the WD Black from Western Digital. My working files SSD backup number 1 is the Samsung SSD drive. And those are formatted with APFS. They're encrypted from the start. And really, the working files SSD I keep on my desktop, my physical desktop. And this is what I use every day. I don't use much in my Mac hard drive itself that's soldered on the motherboard, the logic board. I use the external drive. That external drive, when I feel like I've done a lot of work or made some changes, I will back this working files SSD up to working files SSD backup 1. And at the same time, I will back it up to working files SSD backup number 2. And those I keep on premise in my house, wherever I am. And there's optional things like working files SSD backup number 3, where you can have an SSD, you can have a regular hard drive, you can use something that you may find kind of old, but it's an optional one. I prefer all new when I'm doing this just because I feel safer that way, like it's going to last. But I would have, a third backup, not the main one, but so we're talking about 4 different drives, but the third one, or even the second one, take off premise. Get them out of your house in case something happens to where everything is located, that you have not lost all your data. And so I actually have more than just 4. I have them in different states. It could be a relative that's on the other side of the country. It could be a hidey hole that you go to every now and then to get away from the craziness of this world, that you could put a copy there. Now, these may only be being backed up from your work and files main set of files once a month, once every 6 months, once a year. But at least you have that off-premise in case anything happens. The file format definitely counts on what you want to, the medium that you're going to be using, either SSD or a spinny hard drive. You need to format correctly or it's just not going to work as well. But this is what I do. You can take it and fit your needs. You may not even want to do hard drives. You may want to do thumb drives. I would just make sure you get high quality thumb drives with a name brand. I know SanDisk makes a lot of them. SanDisk thumb drives haven't been found to be faulty, so that may be an okay company. But these third parties that you've really never heard of, I've had some go bad, and so I don't rely on them. I don't trust them, and I have a lot of data. I have over 1 terabyte of data that I back up each time. So this is, the simple backup. I don't use an application to do the backup. I take the files and copy them over, drag and drop, copy paste, and that's how I do my backup. It's much easier the way I've structured it for my life, but if you want to use a backup piece of software, that's fine. Whatever you feel comfortable with is what you should do. So that's kind of it. The information in here, just to kind of go over, this is the overview of why I'm doing things. The SSD replacement. I haven't gotten the Samsung yet. It's supposed to arrive today because I live in Alaska. I'm way up here, and so it takes a really long time to get there. So I have the WD Black, and I've been using it for about a day and a half or so, and it's been fine. It's been great. And then, this video adding an HDD back into your life, that's the spinny drive, which is slower, but it's a different technology from a different company. And then the backup strategies is the video that I'm making right now, and it hasn't arrived yet. So I will include this yellow sticky. Do with it what you want. I'd love to hear your comments, some ideas that you found are helpful that you might not have seen in this video series. And thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.